Simon & Schuster Audio presents Truth in Advertising by John Kenney. Read by Robert Petkoff.
In the world of advertising, there's no such thing as a lie. There's only the expedient exaggeration. Advertising executive Roger Thornhill, played by Cary Grant in North by Northwest. Never bore the audience. Paul Murphy was a Vietnam veteran whose legs had been blown off at the Battle of Da Nang and who now lived in one of the Veterans Administration hospitals in Boston. I met him in my senior year of high school when I had to write a term paper for a modern history class. A large part of the assignment involved our ability not merely to research, but also to interview people. I spent many days interviewing doctors and nurses and orderlies, which eventually led me to Paul. Paul was skeptical at first, but I was able to put him at ease, mostly by bringing him cigarettes and once a bottle of vodka. One day, while I was visiting him in his hospital room, a place that smelled of disinfectant and sometimes of urine, I asked Paul Murphy about a book that we had read in class called Born on the 4th of July by Ron Kovic, who would, years later, be played by Tom Cruise in the movie of Kovic's life. "Have I read it?" Murphy asked rhetorically between drags on a Marlboro. "I am it." "Were you born on the 4th of July?" I asked. "No," he said. "April 27th. "I see." "I wonder if you do," he said, lighting another cigarette off the one he'd already lit. Paul Murphy was an angry man, but he was learning to deal with his anger. Once a week, he read to inner-city children and the blind. He loved bowling and was in a league. They bowled and drank beer and laughed and had team shirts. He was seeing a woman who worked at the hospital, a young woman who had great compassion. Her name was Phyllis, and she wrote letters to the governor about the need for more handicapped ramps in and around Boston. They got tattoos of each other's names on their buttocks. Paul said they had to be creative during their private time, on account of the fact I'm a limp dick. I put all of this in my paper, which I titled A Living Death.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?